Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only around for me and Loon. Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy OniMon. I'm tired, so this is probably going to be a stream that is on the shorter side. Because I'm tired. It has been a day. I don't want to get too into it, but I'm not feeling well. And because I'm not feeling well, I feel like I need to get my ass to bed super early so that I can rest and recharge. Because we have, I guess not really like a busy week, but like a busy week. And I don't want this to persist into, the busier days of the week, so this Oni is going to try to be good and get some rest, as much as I can. So yeah, short stream. Only 4 hours, no. It's probably gonna be closer to like 2 if we're being real. Maybe 3 if I somehow manage to get energy up enough to keep it going for another hour after that, but we're going for minimum 2. So half the usual length that Onimons have been recently. I apologize, but I'm tired. But I'm gonna do my best to give you at least 2 hours of, you know, Hanaki time, so I hope that that will be acceptable, as I struggle with being very fatigued. I have, like, no energy. I have, like, no energy. It was such an icky day. The vibes were just completely off today. I don't really know what specifically is going on to make the vibes so rancid, but they were quite rancid today. So that wasn't very fun. That was not very fun, nor epic, nor swag. So, yeah. Accept? Okay, thank you. I'm glad that you can accept this on this day in particular. When I was having problems with my internet, I was really close to just rage quitting and being like, I don't even care. If it comes back, maybe I just won't stream because these vibes are so rancid.
Yep, your soul will do.
Thank you for the Prime resub, KJ. We won the Superb Owl. Happy Onimon. Well, thank you for the Happy Onimon, and I'm glad you won, question mark?
Cute. Do better.
And Daniel Smith, thank you for the $5 tip. Silly Oni, taking only your butt to bed is terrible for your back. Take all of you. But what if my body is like a slinky? What if I am like a slinky where I can just extend out my butt and my legs and put those to bed and then the rest of me is fine? What if I am just slinky vibes? Push me down the stairs, see what happens, smile. But no, I understand. I will be getting as much proper rest as I can. Manipulating the vibes to be less rancid going forward. Yeah, I don't know what it was about today. It was just very yucky. I felt like off in the morning, and then I started feeling like really sick, and then I started feeling really fatigued. Everything kind of spiraled downwards from there. And then I tried to make myself feel better by getting a yummy dinner, and then I found out something very disheartening about the restaurant. The restaurant that I ordered my food from changed how they package their fries, and I hate when things change. I'm very grumpy when things change or are not what I expected. So when I got the order and I saw that it was not packaged the way that I was used to, I was like, where is the package? Brah! I got really angry. Some might say I was even irrationally angry. I probably should not have been as mad about how the fries were packaged, but it felt like the way that they changed the packaging made the fries smaller. And I ordered a large. You don't want to spend the amount of money that you do for a large fry only to get fries that do not feel large. They did not feel very large. I feel like they have overall, like, reduced the size of the large, and I hate when shrinkflation attacks my restaurants. I hate when they make changes to their portions. Like, I get it. Ultimately, I get it. I know Onigashima just does these things, but, like, man, it kind of pissed me off, because the whole reason I ordered from this place was because I wanted, like, the big order of fries. So the The fact that it was not a big order of fries anymore is very upsetting to me. I'm bummed out about that. Defried. Yeah, literally. They took the fries from me. What is this, a large for ants? Literally me. Like, I have a big tummy when it comes to consuming potato, so I always want, like, large portions of fries. And then even if I don't finish the fries, I'll sometimes save them for leftovers, unless it's McDonald's fries. McDonald's fries are not good leftover. Don't save those. They're not worth it. Most other fries, I think, are okay to save and, like, eat later. But the portion was so small. At least I feel like it was, compared to the last time I ordered from this place. So that was kind of annoying to me. It still tasted good, though. And I got my big burger, which was the other thing that I wanted. I wanted to, like, have, like, a really, like, meaty, juicy burger. I told Hitomi when I was discussing what I wanted for dinner that I just wanted to feel like a nasty carnivore. And, like, tear into a fat burger. So that's what I did, and it was very yummy. Yes, Miss Meow. Tear into the burger. I just wanted to feel like a nasty creature. So that part was worth it, I guess. I just kind of wish that the fry portion was what I had wanted as well, but it's okay. It's like minor enough of an inconvenience that it pissed me off because I was already having a yucky day, but I mean, the fries were still yummy, so even if the portion's smaller, at least they tasted good. I can be happy about that much, at least. Yippee for Borgir. Yeah, Borgir. It was very good. It was worth it. And then I got ice cream as a bonus little treat, so the bonus little treat also made me feel a bit better. So I am satisfied. The craving has been sated. The carnivore inside of me can settle down. Anyhow. But yeah, today was not a super good day. I guess I am having a bad case of the Mondays because it was not great. But it's okay. Sometimes bad days occur, you know? I'm not going to let this be like a precursor to anything else. I won't let it ruin my vibes for the rest of the week. But I am allowing myself to wallow over having a bad day. I'm very much brooding about it. But it's alright. It's alright. I'll be strong. I'll persevere. But anyway, I hope you guys have had a better Monday than me. I hope if you worked that your work day went okay. If you didn't work, I hope that your day overall went alright. Whether it was a productive day or a restful day. I too had a burger today. Let's go! I guess today was just made for burgers, which is funny because I noticed that it's supposedly like a pizza day. Apparently it's pizza day. And I did almost get a pizza because there was a pizza restaurant that had like a deal for like half off of a large to celebrate pizza day, and I was like, maybe, but I didn't really want pizza. Do you ever just like look at a food and contemplate it and then think that if you get it, it's going to absolutely fuck up your stomach? That's kind of how I felt when I looked at the pizza. Like in my heart, I was like, this would probably taste delicious. However, I feel like this is the thing that would kill me. So I did not choose the pizza. Instead, I chose the burger. And I think that the burger was a smart choice because currently my tummy feels good. This will fuck me up kind of feel. Yeah. Yeah, that's how I felt. I had McNuggies. Let's go. I also thought about McDonald's. McDonald's is what I call all reliable. But I did not get all reliable today. Every day. I think if it's every day, you might have a problem on your hands. But I don't usually feel like this. I I looked at the pizza and I was like, no. I am detecting bad. The energy here is not right. It is not in alignment. Anything that looks extremely fatty makes me feel like it'll mess me up, being someone without a gallbladder. That's very fair. That's very, very fair. Sometimes you just want to eat the worst thing for comfort foods, tummy be damned. You're so fucking valid for this. Don't let anybody tell you you're not valid if that is something that you crave. That's kind of how I felt about getting Big Burger. I was like, there's a chance that this could destroy me, but I also just want to feel like a disgusting carnivorous creature, and I want to tear into Big Burger. Big Burger. Strong, raw onions on the burger. Cheese and bacon. I was like, I need to fuck up a sick, nasty burger. This is what I need to have, or else I will not be okay. So, you know, that's what I did. So that's what I did. And it was worth it. I'm very happy. Eating raw onions to feel alive. Just to feel something, man. Literally, I opened the burger, like I took it out of its wrapper, and some of the onion pieces fell out, so I just picked them up and ate them with my fingers, and it felt so good. I love a raw onion. Now I want a burger. You had nuggets, though. Nuggets are also good. Nuggets are delicious and worth it. Honestly, I was between a burger and also getting wings again. It's been like less than a week since the last time I had wings because I got wings on my birthday. But I was like, maybe I want wings because I want to feel like a carnivore by ripping into some yummy wings. But then we ultimately decided on burger. Bone-in or boneless? I used to be a boneless wing girly. I am now a bone-in girly, but I specifically have been mostly ordering flats. Like flats only. Orders of wings. I don't mind boneless. I just know that in the end it's just kind of like chicken tender pieces. And I don't mind mixed wings. Like I can have like drumsticks and flats, but lately I've just been wanting flats. So anytime I've been getting wings, I get all flats. Little Caesar wings are low-key lit. Really? Never thought about that. Bone-in pizza. Do you want your pizza boneless? Flats is the only way if it's not boneless. I have to say, I mean, I don't mind drumsticks still. But lately I've just been craving flats, specifically, whenever I want to order wings. So I get flats only. And I have to admit, even when I get mixed, I do sometimes prefer the taste of the flats to the drumsticks. Hitomi is the opposite. Hitomi really likes the drumsticks. But I think she orders mixed wings, still. She just prefers drums. I don't know if she does all drums. But she says eating the drumsticks makes her feel like a medieval king tearing into the chicken. But I don't always want to do that much work. So lately it's been flats only. But chicken is chicken. I don't care if the gluten's free. Take it out the bread. No, it's gluten-free. Flats are those like the ones that look like oval shaped? Kind of, yes. Versus the ones that are like a drumstick. Flats only, no sauce, Final Destination. I mean, hey, if it's a good wing, it doesn't necessarily need sauce. You can eat it plain. But lately, ever since I've been consuming, flats, I've been getting garlic parmesan. I really like the flavor of garlic parmesan. I'm becoming a big garlic liker. I already was a garlic liker, but I feel like I'm becoming even more of a garlic liker. Never thought of drums as miniature turkey legs. They basically are, right? Way less meat on them, but still. Anyhow, didn't get wings today. Got a burger. Burger was delicious. I'm going to have to try and be good the rest of this week and make more meals at home. Sauceless, flat, quasi behavior. That used to be how I had to eat them. Because I was still kind of meh on my, coverings of wings. But then when I realized that garlic parm was more of like a dry rub, I was okay with it. I prefer dry rubs on my wings than like sauce. Enjoy your bones, tenders or nuggies or no chicken. Listen, I love me a good tender, and I also love me a good nugget. I just have come to understand the value of bone-in chicken when it comes to wings. Also, like regular fried chicken, I also like bone-in. It just depends on the overall experience. That said, I haven't gotten tenders in quite a while. It's usually either wings or bucket of chicken. Bucket of bone-in chicken, I should say. I do get nuggets pretty regularly, though. Love me a nugget. Boneless has the benefit of being more clean at least, but generally I prefer bone-in too. I can see what you mean. Bone-in wings can be a little bit messy. I always end up with so much garlic parm flavoring on my fingers when I'm done. I get you, I get you. I feel like boneless, though, is basically just like a chicken tender popper with, like, the size of it. I did also used to get boneless wings, though, so... Me. Anyhow. It's like a chicken nugget IMO. I feel like chicken nuggets are different. Chicken nugget is like flatter. More squished. Whereas I feel like a boneless wing is like a more like a chicken tender, but like more bulbous, round. I don't know how else to word it. The more Yuno speaks, the more you realize how little food reaches her mouth and how much she wears. That's not true! I'm not a messy eater! That's not true. That is not correct. I will not take this slander. I eat like an adult, thank you. I do not wear my food. Licking off the fingers is part of the bone-in experience. Real. That's true. Adults can be messy eaters too. I've seen it in restaurants. Well, yeah, they can, but I eat like an adult. Eating a military ration for dinner and none of these pouches have tear notches? You're just supposed to guess. That's your military training. That's your military training. You have to figure out where the notch is. Learn how to tear without notches. What are you, a baby? Open this damn pack, soldier. That's how they do it in the army, right? Probably. Yes, ma'am. Hell yeah. Sometimes the food is meant to be messy, like ramen. Ain't no way you're not getting ramen juice on you. Calling it juice is crazy, but I do get what you mean. Ramen is a food that is meant to be slurped, and unfortunately it is very difficult to control the mess. I do get what you mean by this. The amount of times where I will think I have escaped getting like a broth stain on my shirt after eating a ramen, I'll just be like, yes, mission accomplished, and then I look down and I'm like, oh god damn it. Every time. Then I have to wipe it off. Especially because I do like my ramen really soupy. I like there to be like a lot of broth so that I can do a lot of slurp. That's why I use a straw. Crazy aura farming. Now I'm craving some ramen. I think I'll get some tomorrow. Yippee! I might make soup tomorrow too, to be honest. Ramen soup. How skilled is Yuno with chopsticks? I used to be very bad with chopsticks for like quite a while, even as I started eating more Japanese food, and then suddenly one day, I think I've mentioned this before, but if not, here's the story. One time during the senior year of high school New York trip that I was on with my graduating class, me and the group that I was part of on the trip, we went to Chinatown and got noodles there, and I got like a ramen type soup at a restaurant, and I was like the only one who was about to ask for a fork, and I saw everyone else using chopsticks, and I was like, okay, I gotta try to get good. So I didn't ask for a fork, and I let them give me the chopsticks and the soup spoon, and I just kind of watched everybody else use the chopsticks for a second, and I was like, okay, I can do this, I can lock in. And then I just locked in and I did it, and I've been pretty decent with chopsticks ever since. So anyway, peer pressure. Anyway, peer pressure works, and so I became pretty good with chopsticks after that. I don't think I am an expert. I definitely think that the way that I hold them is not how you're supposed to do it, but I found a way that works for me, and it allows me to grab noodles and slurp, and like grab things that are in the soup and consume. So I think that it's all right. I think that it's okay, as long as it works. Did you get the chopsticks with the rubber band? No. They just gave me the regular chopsticks. But I did my best. I felt pretty powerful. You mean you're not supposed to stab fish balls with a single chopstick? You're not supposed to, no. Stab the noodles. But I remember it was very funny because my best friend, who was like an expert chopstick user, she was just like, how did you manage to get it with noodles, but it took you so long with like literally anything else you tried to eat with chopsticks? And I was just like, I don't know. I just figured it out. Honestly, I think it was a combination of the peer pressure of everyone around me choosing the chopsticks, and then also of my desire to eat my noodles. Yeah. Hunger for noodles overpowers all. I cannot use chopsticks, and it gets me into an annoying conversation every time I go to an Asian restaurant. Well, you have a special reason for why you can't, right? But I can understand why it would be a frustrating conversation to have still. I feel like I can do decently with chopsticks as long as it isn't rice. Well, yeah, if you're trying to do the thing where you're only picking up like a handful of grains, then it can be a little difficult. But for me, I actually do find rice to be a bit easier to pick up than noodles. big mouthful of rice. I even bought one of those chopsticks for kids, but I always grab regular chopsticks the same way I used to. Very fair. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of got used to it. And then I started using chopsticks and soup spoons at home. I even remember I specifically asked for Christmas one year to get a set of chopsticks and soup spoons. So that way I could practice eating my noodles at home the same way I eat them at restaurants. I haven't gone back since. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, I'm pretty okay. I think I'm still, like, not ideal. I know my chopsticks will, like, cross a lot, and they're not supposed to do that when you're, like, picking up food and stuff, but for me, as long as I can pick up the food and eat it, I think it's fine. I am not, like, super strict on myself and my posture. As long as I can pick up the food. Personally, the Korean-styled ones are the ones I struggled with most, mainly because they're the flattest type. That's very fair. I don't know what kind of chopsticks I normally use. I do think that they're a bit flatter than the ones that you get at restaurants, though. Grab the rice with your hands. I mean, hey, some places do actually have you do that. Over halfway there. I love these belated reactions that Twitch has. While streaming, perfect posture while chopsticks, inverted mirror, shrimp. No, no, no. No problem with eating with your hands as long as you wash them first. Oh yeah, of course. Gotta make sure you wash your hands. Especially if you are like me and you tend to go to the little Oni room prior to eating. I always make sure to wash my hands. I mean, obviously in general, but I always have to, like, wash my hands a second time before I go eat. Just to be extra sure. Which means that it is sometimes distracting, because I use a peach-scented hand soap. So sometimes when I am trying to eat, like, my dinner, which is usually quite savory, I get distracted because my hands smell like peaches. And I'm just like, this is a weird combination of smells in my nose. But, you know. Why does everything taste like peach? Oh, Hanaki, welcome in, welcome in. Forgot to wash my hands, I'm gross. If it happens, like, once or twice, it's... what's gonna happen? Just don't make a habit of forgetting, you know? As long as you don't die, also true. I feel like if you forget, but you're, like, using silverware and you're, like, not in direct contact with the food, I don't think it's too big of a deal. You know, out here with the forbidden hand spices. Wow, my hands smell like fresh peaches. Pepperoni soap for pizza eating, butter soap for popcorn. No, that's not the point. That's not the point, guys. Hand washing makes you weak. Eat that dirt. Your immune system thanks you. No. Not that kind of dirt. Working in food service got me into the habit of washing my hands a lot. Now moisturizing is mandatory. Right, it does do a lot of damage to your hands to wash them too frequently. Why is eating finger food getting flagged as a sex-based term? I love Twitch. Twitch Automod is so funny. Wash my hands prior to eating, then once after if I'm eating finger food. I don't like touching anything after I've touched food. That's fair. I don't mind touching stuff directly after I ate, but I can understand wanting to wash your hands after. I guess it's mostly because I live alone and the only person that is touching the things in my box is me. So I'm just like, oh no, my own germs? What am I gonna do to me? So it bothers me a little bit less. It's happening again. Why does it flag finger food as being sex-based? That's such a strange... Okay. What about the ghost? The ghost in the box can handle my germs, I think. They're already dead. What's the worst that could happen to them? Damn, why are we figuring food? Stop it. Twitch gotta get its head out of the gutter. I mean, better safe than sorry, I suppose. I'm food. Shut up. Bruh. Fill up fit? No, I shan't say. Yeah, that's fair. Probably better to not finish that sentence. Back when I lived in a student share house, I would wash the plates, fork, etc. before and after using again. Was a pain. I guess you were worried about germs from the other students? Honestly, my solution for that was that I just didn't share any dishware with my roommates. When I lived in shared apartments, I just didn't let them use my dishes. The one time I tried to allow people to share my stuff was when they thought that that meant I would buy everything for the apartment. So there was like one time where I was like, oh yeah, you could borrow my dishes as long as you like wash them and take care of them afterwards. Did they do that? No. And then they just assumed that anything that I bought meant that they could use it and like take it and not ask me. And I was like, that's not exactly what I meant. So that was a really bad roommate experience. I very quickly moved out of that place and went somewhere else. And then after that, I had 2 apartments through the school that I lived in by myself, and that was nice. And then when I did have to go back to having roommates, I just didn't let them use any of my stuff. I was like, if you really need to, you can ask me permission and then use it, but you have to ask, and I have to be aware that you're using it. Because there was one time where I did give permission to one of those new roommates to use like a pan. I think she wanted to cook something and she stained it because she made food that ended up staining the pan. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to make you specifically have the caveat of I'm going to make something that stains in this pan. I want to say it was like a yellow curry of some kind. I really don't remember, but it was like a yellow stain that got left on the pan afterwards, and I was like, this... I should have had a bonus warning for the fact that you were gonna make something that stains. And I was very unhappy. Can I use your Switch too? Thanks. I guess. What are you gonna do on it? Them not cleaning stuff as well. Oh, yeah. So it just seems to be a common thing that whenever you live with people, they just don't understand how to fucking do their dishes. Like, listen, I hate doing dishes, right? Like, I hate it, but I also hate seeing dishes pile up in the sink even more. So I will do my fucking dishes not long after I cook. Like, I get so desperate to deal with my dishes so that they don't stack up that I will literally clean, like, after I have finished plating my food. I won't even go eat my food until after I have cleaned the pans or, like, the pots or whatever I used to cook it. I will have to go and, like, give it, like, a quick wash and then let it dry while I eat. And then after I eat, I put away the dishes I cooked. I cooked the dishes that I washed before, and then I wash the dishes that I use to consume the food. Because I hate seeing the dishes stack up. I also have a really tiny sink, so it's pretty easy to see them pile up really fast. Better to just wash, in my opinion. The dirty sink afterwards as well. Oh my god. Disgusting. The last experience I had with roommates was during my last semester at school, and they were such slobs. Oh my god, everything was so messy all the time. I think I might have told this story before too, but like it was particularly bad in like the main like living room common area. And the kitchen would also get quite messy. I don't think they really cooked much, but when they did, they left the kitchen a disaster area. But the worst place was the bathroom. The bathroom was insanely messy because of them. And I know it was because of them because I am always very careful about using shared spaces. I had like a little caddy with my stuff that I would take into the bathroom. I would do my business. I would then like clean everything up before I left, and then I would pack up my caddy, and then I would leave and go back to my room. All the rest of the mess that was in there was theirs. And specifically, they left their dirty laundry all over the floor of the bathroom. Like, so much dirty laundry. And it got to the point where during Thanksgiving break, when the two of them like went home for Thanksgiving, I went out to the store, I bought them a laundry hamper, and I put on gloves, picked up their whole pile of dirty laundry, and put it in that fucking hamper. That's what I did for my Thanksgiving break because I couldn't go home. So I picked up their clothes and I put them in the hamper, and that was my passive-aggressive message of use the goddamn hamper if you're gonna leave your clothes in the bathroom. I don't want to have to step all over your dirty socks, your dirty underwear, your dirty bras, your dirty shirts. I don't care. Put them in the hamper. They left the dirty laundry there over break. Yes! They left it there all the time. They had this mountain of dirty clothes. I don't even know how they could have that many clothes. I'm a girl, right? I don't have that many dirty clothes. And the worst part is our apartment had a in-unit washer and dryer. It's not like they had to go to a laundromat to do their laundry. They just left it in the bathroom. So I was like, what is this? It's literally right there. The washer and dryer are in the freaking hall closet right next to the bathroom. It's not even like 2 steps away from the bathroom to just pick up your clothes and put them in the washer. Bruh. So I passive-aggressively put on gloves, picked up their dirty clothes, put it in the hamper, because I wanted that space to be fucking clean during Thanksgiving weekend while I was staying there, right? Because it's also my fucking apartment. They come back, what do? I assume maybe they did the clothes that were in the hamper because they saw that it was there. They started piling their dirty clothes on the floor around the hamper that I bought for them. They were so mad at me for being passive-aggressive at them for leaving the clothes mountain there that they started making the mountain of clothes around the hamper. The hamper was empty. They stacked their clothes around it. So I was just like, oh, I see. All right. I didn't have to deal with it much longer after that, though, because I graduated at the end of that semester. From school. I graduated from school at the end of that semester. It was only like 2 more weeks, so I was like, whatever, fine. You don't want to use the hamper? I don't give a shit. Fine, I don't give a shit. I was so angry. Did you keep it? No, I did leave it there for them because I didn't need it. I had my own laundry basket that I had all of my dirty clothes in that I kept in my room. Because when I had dirty clothes, I piled them into the basket in my room so that way I could carry it to the washer and dryer that was across from my bedroom to wash my clothes. Every time I think about it, it makes me just a little bit miffed. However, I will say I did get them in a lot of trouble because I ratted around the time that I left the apartment. They had to come do an inspection because I was leaving and they were going to have somebody move in like a few hours after I was like leaving to go back home. So when they did like the walkthrough of the rest of the apartment, they were like, is the rest of the mess here like related to you? And I was like, nope. I took out everything that was mine. Everything that is left here is theirs, including this mess. And the RA was someone that I worked with at the tutoring center that I worked at, that I also worked at in college, so we were like coworkers as well. So she trusted me. She was just like, ugh, the person that's moving in is not gonna be happy with how little space they're gonna have. And I was just like, well, the other two are already gone, so I guess this is just, they have free reign with the rest of the place here. That's none of my business. And then I left. I guess that's none of my business. I pulled a Yermit and I walked away, brother. And I also didn't get a demerit because the mess was not mine. So I bet you they probably got in trouble when they came back from break. Or maybe they even got the notice while they were still on break. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. That's on the school, really? We got fined for things like that? Every holiday break had a room inspection? That's why I'd always make sure that my place was pretty clean before I left. I mean, it would still look lived in whenever I would leave for a break, but I would never let it be like super messy. For us, most of our inspections would be right before break, which is why I had the RA coming in like as I was leaving. What would a demerit even do at that point? Well, I say demerit, but I mean more like a mark on my record, and they would charge me extra money for leaving like the mess. They could charge you extra dollars if you left things messy, or if things were like broken or like otherwise in disrepair compared to when you moved in. Because you have to do inventory when you first move in to report the state that everything is in when you're first in the apartment and like in your room and stuff. And then if the condition of anything is different, you have to also mark that when you're leaving. So that way the school can kind of determine if the damage was just from like natural use or if it was from like user error or what have you. Basically to determine if you were at fault, and then they would charge you extra money if things were damaged. And it was like determined to be your fault. But they can also do that if you leave the place messy. So I didn't want to have an extra fee charged onto like my tuition because they didn't clean the common areas. I literally didn't even use the common areas that semester because they were so messy. I really only used the kitchen, and I always cleaned up as I went, so I never left a mess. My room was always neat, maybe not clean, but neat. I feel the same way. Like, I could easily walk around my room. My room was kind of on the small side, but I could always walk around it. If it got a little bit messy, it wasn't too hard to clean it up. I kept it neat. Like, it was pretty easy to just, like, step in, see that it was decent, and then, like, walk out and be fine. Their room, I knew, was also a disaster area because I saw it during that Thanksgiving break because they left their door open, and I was just like, oh my god. It was so messy. Lyra! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. I am talking about, bad roommate stories from when I was in college. That's what we are yapping about right now. But welcome in. I hope you had a good stream. Hope you guys had fun. Common area, what's that? I only know of my own room. That's fair. I used to use the common area more often. Like, I would literally turn on the TV to, like, watch South Park. I would watch South Park in the common area. I would watch South Park. During Thanksgiving break in particular, I baked cookies for myself. They turned out decently, but I baked cookies and then I sat with the plate of cookies in front of the TV because I cleaned off the couch for myself to sit on, and then I watched South Park. Were they a couple? No. They were really close best friends, and they shared the other room. It was a 3-person apartment because the only reason I would go back to having roommates was if I had a single bedroom. I don't like sharing a bedroom with other people. So I had the single bedroom, and then they shared the other bedroom, which was like a 2-person room. One of them had their desk in the bedroom. The other took their desk out into the common area. As far as I know, they were like really close friends. And I think one of them had their boyfriend over quite a bit. I can't really remember what their story was, but I think they were really good friends, and that's why they were rooming together. I believe. But yeah, one of them would game in the common area. She had her like big PC rig set up in the common area on like a desk in the corner of the room. That also ended up quite messy. Not to stereotype a gamer, but very messy. Historians will say they were roommates, and they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. But no, genuinely, I don't think they were dating. I'm pretty sure one of them had a boyfriend. Because I remember the boyfriend coming over. But yeah, no, they were not a couple. I do think they were richer than me, which is why they were able to go home more often than me. Lyra stepped in to make food, but said she's sending all the love and lurking. Okay, that's fine. Gotta eat something yummy for dinner. Understandable. Off topic, but I thought you'd be happy to know there were a bunch of superb owl commercials for AI, and every one of them has led to backlash for the company, especially Ring. Well, Ring got backlash not because of the fact that it was AI, but for the fact that it's basically implying a surveillance state. That's the main reason I've seen Ring getting backlash. Less so than the AI stuff. But I am very, not surprised that there were AI-related commercials. I don't want to talk too much about stuff I'm not aware of because I obviously did not watch The Superb Owl. So I don't really know anything, and I don't feel like it'd be really fair for me to bring up too many opinions, but I've seen the Ring camera commercial because I've seen people post it, and I've seen the reactions to it, which I do think are mostly valid. Yikes. Yikes. Ew. Yuck. It's Valentine's season, you know what that means? Am I going to get chocolate? Am I going to get chocolate? Because that's all that matters to me. We're looking for your dogs while implementing surveillance state. Masterclass move. God, I wanted to barf! I honestly forgot about it. Doesn't sound like I missed much. Yeah, you probably didn't. I literally didn't watch any of it. I didn't think you wanted that from us, but sure. I just like chocolate, man. Aren't we supposed to get chocolate? Are you? Are we going by the Japanese standards of Valentine's Day? If so, I suppose so. Isn't chocolate bad for Oni? No? Where have you heard this? Chocolate is fine for Oni. In fact, Oni like chocolate. Only if Yuno wants a white day. I don't care. What would you even do for me for White Day? If you're not a fan of the sport, there's no reason to watch it. Real. I did not watch. I also didn't even bother to, like, tune in for the ads or for the halftime show. I was just like, meh. Hitomi, apparently, like, went and watched the halftime show after the fact. She really liked it, so I was like, okay. As long as you are happy. $5 bean dip for White Day? Well, then I definitely don't want White Day. Fuck all that. We're sending Yuno a slab bar of white chocolate for White Day. Oh, but white chocolate's the worst chocolate! Never mind. I don't want anything from you guys. Never mind. Blech. Anyway. But yeah, no, I didn't watch. I didn't pay attention to any of the commercials. I don't care. I don't care. White chocolate popcorn tin? Ugh. No. I don't like sweet popcorn. Savory popcorn only. How about $1 million? I'd gladly take $1 million. What the hell? I know I'm not gonna get it though, especially not especially not now. Everybody was kind to me on my birthday. I don't think I'm going to get $1 million any time this month. Anytime ever, really. White chocolate coated kidney beans? I would literally barf. I don't think there's anything that has made me want to barf more than that. Yuck. Banks will be raising a hell of an eyebrow if someone donos $1 mil. You don't know that. If you're in a situation where you can donate $1 million, I would assume that that means, you're already making so much money that the bank would not care what you do with it. Salted cotton candy? Huh. I mean, I'd try it. There's a chance it could be good. Would it be? Probably not. But there's always a chance. Think of your tax bill if you got $1 million. Yeah, my tax bill would be fucking through the roof. Because they'd be like, what? But if I'm smart and I save more of the money, then surely I would be able to pay the tax bill. Smile. Surely I would be able to afford the tax bill by the time it comes. Smile. Right? Supposedly, perchance, mayhaps. I don't actually know how it would work, so I can't really say one way or the other. $1 million donation needs to come with a big physical check. So true. One of those comically large checks that has the dumb cursive writing on it that's just like, donated to Yuno Hanaki, $1 million. And I'd just be like, oh shit, that me. Whoa, crazy. If you believe in yourself enough. If I believe in myself enough, the $1 million will fall into my lap, right? Surely, right? Breaking news, Oni found crushed beneath $1 million of cash. Honestly, it sounds like it would be a lot, but $1 million wouldn't be that much of a stack. I don't think it would really crush me. It would take multiple millions to crush me. In quarters. If you're cashing in $1 million in quarters, that's a whole other issue entirely. The paw curled, it's in pennies. Even worse. Take it or we get the million? I mean, I didn't say I wasn't gonna take it. I'm going to take it. I'm just saying it wouldn't crush me. 1 million in 100s is 22 pounds. Yeah, that's not that bad. That wouldn't crush me. Also, aren't pennies like getting phased out or whatever they're calling it? I thought pennies were no longer gonna be in circulation soon. They are have been, as I thought. So pennies aren't even real. You can have the threat, but pennies aren't even real anymore. You can't even get pennies. Pennies are the boogeyman of change. Correct. They're not real. You see a penny and it's a jump scare. They are gone now. Which is kind of crazy to think about. They are? Yes, I heard about this like late last year-ish, that they were planning to stop printing new pennies. No more penny. Which again, quite weird to think about. Like imagine trying to learn how to count money in elementary school and they just start at nickels. Goes to show how often I use cash. No, literally, same. I get cash for like my birthday and for Christmas, and that's the only time I have cash. And then usually not long after that, I take the cash and I put it like into my bank account, so then I don't have cash anymore. My big jar filled with pennies accumulated over 20 years is now technically an antique. Technically, yes. Just imagine how much value it could accumulate if you let it keep sitting for a while longer. One time, someone bought $50 worth of things from my work and it was all in pill bottles. He called it his drug money. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Must be said. Because OniMama was an accountant, she actually had a lot of the coin roller like papers, like the wrappers that you put the coins into. So a lot of times when she would accumulate her cash over her change, I should say, over the course of a year, there would be a day or like an afternoon where she would have me come into the kitchen and sit with her and like roll the coins. It was pretty fun. And then we'd get to go take them to like those green machines they used to have in grocery stores where you could like load up your cash, I keep saying cash, where you load up your change and then it like counts it up for you and then gives it to you in cash. I never really cared about the results of like how much cash OniMama got out of it. I just thought it was fun to roll up all the coins and then watch them get counted. I just thought it was neat. And then being able to count all of the rolls to figure out how much money was actually there was fun. That was my college medical mission trip. I joke we flew out with suitcases full of drugs and came back with jewelry, art, weapons, and spices. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. Here, usually if you can get a lot of coins, you can go to a restaurant or other place similar and exchange it for the equivalent money and a free meal for the change since it really helps them. Oh, that's interesting. I kind of like that, though. Yeah, you can't really exchange at most, like, stores or restaurants in Onigashima. Like, technically you can, but they aren't really big fans of you if you try. 10 years from now, we'll be able to sell pennies for $1. Just imagine the profit. Stonks. Big time profits. Oh, speaking of profits, I have to put the price of my turnips into turnip profit now that my internet's working again. I'm not going to get much. Unfortunately, I am on a very bad streak. First time having turnips on this island and I am cursed with small spike. It's Jover. I bought these turnips for 102. It went up to 114 and I was like, maybe things will turn out good. And then today, in the evening before stream, I checked my turnip prices and it was 87 and I was like, oh lord. That is a big drop. Looks like my best time to sell is probably going to be tomorrow. If I manage to get a decent price in the morning or afternoon. Otherwise, I'm going to be stuck in very massive Dip City. Ever since the time travel incident. Better than nothing. I mean, I'm selling at a loss if I go for this, like, lower rate. It's not ideal, but hopefully I can get some stonks. Surely next week will be better. Surely next week will be better. Ask Hitomi if she got better prices. Hitomi does not have, Nook's Cranny unlocked yet, unfortunately. I am ahead of her. She's currently in the process of very slowly and painstakingly setting up her 3 initial plots with villagers, because she found out that you can hunt for them to, like, get the specific ones that you want for each personality type. So she's very painstakingly, like, setting up 1 plot at a time and then hunting to fill them. Which I can't do because when I accidentally time traveled, I auto-filled my plots. Dip City is what they call me when I got nuggies. Real. I'm going to Dip City. But yeah, it looks like tomorrow's probably gonna be my best day to sell, so I will have to be ready to sell my turnips. I'm gonna have to pay attention to the stock exchange in order to get big money dollar. It is what it is. I hope I can be on the higher end of some of these, because if I can get like a higher price point tomorrow, I'd probably choose that so that it's a little bit more value. Turnip profit, my beloved. AC not teaching kids properly on buying stocks. Stonks. I mean, it certainly does its best to. Like by telling you to keep an eye out on prices over the course of the week to see if there might be a better time. But then you have tools like the one that I use, Turnip Profit, where you input each price at each point of the day, including your base price for how much you bought the turnips for on Sunday. And then it can usually give you a guess of like which track you're on for your prices. Which is how I know that it is only going to be a small spike. Stocks don't consistently die after 1 week, or after you time travel, if you're not careful. But yes, you are correct about that. I mean, I feel like it works for teaching kids, just in the sense of, like, you know, it loses value over time. You don't want to hold on to it for too long before you sell. Etc., etc. It's like a decent enough idea just to get it into your head that you need to pay attention to the prices pretty regularly. The day traders found Animal Crossing. People get very passionate and very sweaty about Animal Crossing. I don't even think you have to be a day trader. I just think you have to have passion for Animal Crossing itself. Me when I time travel to buy Google stocks and take it down to all hell. Please, be the hero that we need. Can you do that to OpenAI too? Tank all the stocks. Short-term gains are more taxable than long-term. I'll leave the cool ones alone. OpenAI will take care of itself soon enough. Okay, but can it take care of itself faster? I need the crash to happen now! I need the crash to happen yesterday! But I can wait, I guess. Anyhow. If there's one thing to say about Animal Crossing, though, the stock market makes it so that I have to get up in the mornings to check my prices. Not that I don't already get up in the mornings, but it does, like, necessitate that I be up so that I can check stonks. And then I also check the clothing shop because I unlocked the clothing shop. Ehehehe. Then I do my dailies to get miles, that way I can start stocking up tickets again. I think I have one more plot that I can fill with a villager that I just haven't purchased yet. Because I'm waiting until I have another, like, stack of tickets ready to hunt for Marshall. I need my son. My boy. Which is why Animal Crossing's not on the schedule this week, because at this point, most of what I'm doing is just grinding to get tickets and hopefully be able to recruit Marshall. Waking up in the morning to do things in Animal Crossing that I should instead be doing IRL. Check stocks, talk to neighbors, hit rocks for money. Yeah, you should be doing that IRL, honestly. Let Animal Crossing inspire you to take care of your activities in the real world, too. Check the stock market. Communicate with your neighbors and form a community. Find rocks and hit them. Maybe you'll get money. Go to the trees that you planted that have money bags hanging from them and shake them so that you can get money from those as well. Yuno stock buying stream when? Oh, Jesus. There was one class that I took, that actually tried to teach us how to get stocks. I think it was my sophomore year of high school, I want to say. We didn't actually buy stocks, but they used like a website where you could like pretend to buy stocks. And our teacher told us that we can invest in whatever stocks we wanted to. And we always did like a weekly check of what the stock market was, to see how everybody's stocks were doing. They tried really hard to get us to understand stocks that way, but every time it just kind of went over my head. I think this was for my it was for a history class. I don't remember which one. But I think we checked stocks every Monday, and then we would sometimes check in again on Fridays if we had nothing else to do, like after a quiz or a test or something. Check the rock market, talk to stocks, hit neighbors for money. I think you guys are a little confused. Talked to rocks and sold my neighbors on the stock market. You guys are a lot confused. I hate to tell you this, but I think something got lost in the communication. Maybe confused but got the spirit? No. No. We can't encourage this, no. Well, the honey's cooking. No. Oh dear.
We need more Yuno coins.
Please do not invest in Yuno coin. We're not doing that here. If you want to invest in something, you should invest in Suzucoin. Suzucoin to the moon. Not Yuno coin, though. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. No! You get arrested and you're just like, but Ossifer, the streamer told me to. And I'm just like, the streamer didn't tell you shit! I remote into court to testify against you. Is it true that you informed the defendant that you not the defendant. Is it true that you informed the my client that they needed to go hit their neighbors in order to earn money? And I'm just like, no, I did not. They misunderstood. VTuber imprisons viewer, not clickbait. VTuber called into court to testify against viewer. I bought a bunch of Suzucoin and invested it in Golden Boy stocks. As you should. Golden Boy stocks are smart. It will pay off eventually, trust. You know, it's the devil on the shoulder that everyone listens to before they commit a crime. No!
No!
If you had to get called into court, you'd get super doxxed. No, the joke is that I get called in as my VTuber self, so I remote in, and I'm like talking to you. Hold on. Twitch chat, you're gonna disappear for a second as part of the bit. But I get called in and I'm just hanging out in this room specifically, and I'm like talking to the court, and I'm just like, hi, yes, I didn't do fucking anything. Hi, yes, I didn't do a goddamn thing. My reasoning is, have you seen me? I'm anime girl. How the cartoon's speaking to me. That explains the horns and the height. I'm going to beat you up. Live stream your court appearance. Testifying in court right now, live, not clickbait. Stupid. Horrible stream idea, honestly. I, Yuno Hanaki, under oath, am anime and did nothing wrong. Your Honor, I rest my case. Literally me. In court, TTS is on. The emphasis on TTS being on is so funny. Could you imagine me trying to sit and be quiet while I'm waiting for the opposing side to like make their case and eventually start asking me questions, and you just hear a TTS donation that comes on that's just like, I can't even think of a stupid thing that would be said on the TTS, but just the TTS voice being like, lol, my goat washed, she's going to prison. Or something like equally stupid, and I just have to close my eyes and be like, if I laugh, I go to super hell. If I laugh right now, I'm gonna go directly to prison. I can't. Yuno is so guilty fur. Real. It's Yunover. Either TTS will try to wingman and give every alibi under the sun or get you a life sentence. I get a life sentence for something completely unrelated to what I was called in to testify for. I'm trying to defend myself to say that I didn't inform a viewer to, like, go hit their neighbors or whatever, but I still get arrested just because my TTS is saying fucking dumb shit that makes me seem worse than I am. Big Chung is 69, donated 69.69. Haha, nice. You'll look great in orange. Look at my lawyer talk. I'm going to jail. Oh god. I can't. This is where I really need Limbo as my defense lawyer. Limbo, please, you have to understand, I'm just anime woman. This AI summary of your chat seems to indicate that you did indeed instruct your viewers to do so. I would vomit, actually. I would vomit live in front of the rest of the court. If they tried to use the AI summary as justification, I literally would just bleh. Limbo is there in court as a donkey. That's crazy. Not guilty by reason of insanity. The court notes she is talking to a pillow for legal representation. Real. Honestly, if I make myself look crazy, they'll think I'm crazy. Big brain plays. It's just, you know, holding up and wiggling the docky while I'm doing impressions. True. I just make it wiggle like it's animated on screen, and I'm just like, hi, yes, I am Limbo Fitzgerald, and my client is not guilty on account of the fact that she is an anime woman, and also she is pretty, and she is also my wife, and I love her. And everybody's just like, okay, well, first of all, you can't have your partner be your legal representation. That's a conflict of interest. Second of all, I think you're crazy. But it would be funny. Would be kind of worth it, just on account of being funny. The fact you can read through the autocorrect so smart, I figured it out. I figured it out by context clues. What's a config of ingress? Never mind, guilty due to self-insert. 40 years finding salt for McDonald's fries. No! All because of self-inserting. Judge, where is your whimsy? Your Honor, where is your joy? I like that it's mining salt specifically for McDonald's fries. As if that will ever deter me from eating McDonald's fries again. Your Honor, what's your opinion on dog cages? Ay. I get in trouble because the judge thinks I'm trying to flirt with him. And I'm just like, I was just trying to ask a question. I just wanted to know your opinion, Your Honor. Pulling into question the judge's whimsy and joy. Is this contempt of court? No, it's just an honest question. Where is the whimsy? I just think maybe if the judge partook in a little bit of self-insert fanfiction, you would be singing a different tune. Your Honor, my client can't go to jail. She's already in Donathon stream jail. You make a good point. I have an obligation. They sentenced me to community service, but the community service extends my Unathon timer, so I'm in stream jail even longer. And I'm just like, no, I was so close to finishing. And then I die. The judge is a big Naruto shipper, forever jaded by Boruto, whimsy deaded. You know what? Understandable. The original IP of Naruto, amazing shipping potential. So many different ships. The fact that Boruto exists kills a lot of those ships. You know what? I understand. Your Honor, I get it. Canon has killed a lot of my ships, too. But that's why fanfiction exists. You can pretend that canon isn't real for a little while. Escapism is important for preserving your whimsy. Don't die, it's bad for you. I would assume so. I would assume that's the case. But I'll try not to, I promise. I may be going through it right now, but Yuno Hanaki will persevere. This is not a Yuno Hanaki who will succumb to the darkness. I will be strong. What was your favorite ship that's turned non-canon? Most of my ships. When you are a BL shipper, you accept the fact that your ships are pretty much never going to be canon because we still live in a society that mostly prioritizes, het ships. Most, if not all of my ships are pretty much non-canon. Shikamaru and Yuno. No, if we're being technical, even though I loved Shikamaru and had a crush on him when I was younger, I pretty much started exclusively shipping him in, like, yaoi. That's the problem with me. Even if I have a crush on a character and I do a little bit of Yume shipping where I imagine myself being paired with them, I still will also very easily put them into yaoi. Unfortunately, you are not free from yaoi just because I have a crush on you. They are not free from the BL. I'm still here. On the other hand, some of those Naruto ships need to sink. No, you're so real for that. Who is this yaoi guy and why does everyone ship guys with him? It always ends up with Yuno in the chair. Yes, I like to watch. There are worse things, no? Heh. Good argument, but my headcanon is that your favorite anime character dates Sasuke. Not Sasuke! Not Sasuke of all characters. Sasuke does not deserve to be the fandom bicycle. I had to pause my game to process what I just heard. Oh, as if you haven't heard me say it before. Don't act like it's the first time. Just did my taxes, I owe money again. Ain't that just the way? Dims the brakes. I have to do my taxes soon too. I don't want to. They're probably going to tell me that I owe more money as well. Bleh. I don't want to do it. Bleh. But I'm probably gonna have to. Bleh. Good point, Your Honor, but you would look really cute with my lawyer. Yeah, literally me. If Limbo was my actual, not just my Dakimakura, but was like my actual lawyer in court, I'd just be like, good point, Your Honor, but have you considered that my lawyer is very hot? He's also rich and he could take you to dinner sometime, smile. I understand he needs many children to actually restore his clan, but this pairing is still as literally me about Sasusaku, for real, for real. Sasusaku sucks. Based opinion, thank you. Sasuke very obviously has like a complex and very deeply rooted relationship with Naruto. You could choose to see it as romantic, you could just choose to see it as it's complicated. Either way, they are too obsessed with each other to ever reasonably stay with women. Not even that I hate Naruto and Hinata, I just didn't really think it was very well earned. It just kind of felt like they got forced together. And then, you know. I still don't fully believe in this idea of Naruto and Hinata as a couple in Boruto. I don't really like how their dynamic is presented. From the little of it that I've seen. How do taxes work for a VTuber, especially when you're supposed to be anonymous? Well, most of this information is still under our government names. The names that we go by for the government alias. Especially when you are indie. You can write down that you do business as your VTuber name. And then you still go by your government alias when it comes to handling all your tax information. Yeah, basically you're not anonymous to the government. But you specifically mention that you do business as your VTuber name, so that way even if the documentation that you have has all of your accounts tied to your VTuber name, they know that that's you. Like, they know that it's coming to you then, if that makes sense. There's also the option, if you are big enough, to make your own, like, LLC, and then the LLC has your VTuber name, and then so all of the business stuff is done through that. But, yeah, even if you are an indie, it has to be tied to your government alias. I am not nearly big enough to warrant making a small business or LLC. It costs extra money to do that. But if you're making enough money, like if enough money is coming in, it could be worthwhile, especially if you want to be able to maintain stricter anonymity. 1099s will find you. Yuno's government name, Buno Bonaki. Yeah, you figured it out. Buno Bonaki is the name that I have to do my taxes under. You got me. Bellflower Lap Pillow LLC. I mean, I'd probably just call it Yuno Hanaki LLC if I was going to make one, but I have to make more money before that would make a logistical decision. Logical decision, I mean. Otherwise, it would just kind of be a bit of a waste of money. I'd lose more than I would gain. But yeah, when it comes to being an independent, you have to do your taxes under your government alias. Yes, yes. I have an app that's like dedicated to working with content creators to help them with doing their taxes more easily. So my government name is there for like all of my government purposes, but all of my business info is still listed as Yuno. So it's listed as like government alias, doing business as Yuno Hanaki is how the information is usually listed. Yes. So most of the documents that I have are still under my government alias, but it says that I earned all of it as Yuno. And like the accounts that are tied to it are named Yuno. Basically to verify that it me. It, me, I, her, you know? But it's not too difficult. At least in terms of, like, the forms of it all. Doing the actual calculations can be difficult if you're not keeping track of it. But the way that this app helps content creators specifically is I have it tied to my accounts, and it like keeps track of my spending for me, and I can immediately file things as write-offs and like write down what they were for in the app. It does like automatic organization of that stuff for me. So then when the time comes to implement all of my forms, it already has the list of all of the stuff that I've counted as write-offs. Which is nice, so I don't have to worry too much about it. Just gotta input all the rest of the numbers, you know? Very useful. I have not personally run into any issues with, doing tax as VTuber ever since I switched to using this app. It's been very worthwhile. I do have to pay a yearly membership fee in order to access the filing portion of the app, but it's kind of worth it, in my opinion, because I haven't had any issues. Also, all of my information gets looked over by a real tax person before I submit my taxes properly. So should there be an error, the app lets me know and I get in contact with the tax person and they can be like, I think you messed this part up, or they'll be like, I want to clarify this part, and I'll be like, okay. So, you know, useful. Most other people I know that when it comes to doing like their super serious VTuber taxes, they will get a tax person. They'll just like hire a tax person directly to help them. Me, I use the app, and then if there's an emergency, I can talk to a tax filer. But it's not too bad. Anyways. Can Yuno do my taxes for me? I mean, I could upload your information into my app and have it do the taxes for you. I can't do your taxes. I do believe that there are ways to use this app for more than just like content creator type taxes. It's just that a lot of the people that work for this company help specialize in like content creator, independent contractor type taxes. Tax along stream. I mean, maybe. But again, for me, it's not really that much. It's just kind of inputting the numbers from the forms that I got and then just re-verifying my write-offs. Verifying my write-offs. Not the most interesting. Surely you can help us get the most out of our taxes? No, I am not a tax expert. Truly, I just use app. I got this idea from the bridge trolls, Oni and R block. Yo. I believe in you. Well, just because you believe does not mean that I will actually be good at it, and I do not want to be the reason you get in trouble with the tax man. I had a family member doing my taxes for me when I worked normie jobs, and then I switched to this app because when it came to trusting the family member to do my taxes, she was kind of struggling because she didn't understand how to do the independent content creator, independent contractor bullshit. Especially because I started working a bunch of gigs. It was like a lot of extra forms and it was just kind of difficult for her to parse. So I was like, I'm just gonna start doing it myself. But the funny girl on the internet said I just put random numbers in the form and I get refund back. No. See, the problem is, I do it through this app, but I don't really get money back. I usually owe money. I do not really get a refund. I wish I did. I miss when I got refunds. But because most of the work that I do is independent contracting, and like that kind of thing, I usually do not get any money back. I perish instead. Do you always itemize? I mean, I try to keep track of it. The emphasis is on I try. I don't know if I do a very good job. They taxing the Oni. Yeah. Onigashima taxes always kick my ass. Dreading mine this year, I have a feeling that I owe. Good luck, soldier. Are you able to take the standard deduction as an independent contractor? Not really. I try to do what I can, but because I still make a, well, I mean, last year it was a little bit more dicey because I had to balance the stuff that came from Kawaii along with the stuff that came out from being indie during like the last part of the year. And then also the fact that my YouTube money stopped coming. Things were a little bit more difficult last year. So I ended up owing quite a bit of money. And you kind of start owing more the more you earn from independent contracting. I was always warned about this from my aunt when she would do my taxes for me as a contractor. She was just like, just so you know, you're probably gonna start owing more money. And I was just like, bleh. Barf. This year will be better, but that doesn't help 2025. I'm kind of hoping that with a lot of the write-offs that I implemented and just my overall like spending habits along with my earnings, I'm hoping that things will kind of cancel out so I won't owe too much additional, but I'm not holding my breath. We'll have to see. Donates an oxygen tank. Well, now you can. Thanks. Thanks, man. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of tend to, like, besides keeping track of my write-offs and kind of trying to pay attention to how much I can deduct from my, like, living expenses and the like, I try to account for that as much as I can, but, besides doing that, I kind of don't really think about it until it's time to actually file. So we'll see how it goes. But I am manifesting that it won't be too bad this year. Because I'm technically still paying off last year's. And I don't want to have to add too much more if I can help it. I don't really know what happens if you end up owing even more, but you haven't finished paying off the year before. I don't really know how that part works. Because I haven't finished paying off the year before. Dies. Things cost too much fucking money. But you know, we ball. I've dug my own hole, so even if I owe more money, I'm gonna just kind of suck it up. This is the life I chose to live, after all. By choosing to do this full-time, I kind of had to accept that I would owe many dollar to the tax man. Evitt, we ball. Ugh. Literally me. The last thing I want to do is, like, make it other people's problem. Sounds like someone needs a Unathon. No, literally what I'm trying to say is I don't think doing another Unathon will help. It'll just mean I'll owe even more taxes next year. If I ask for the amount I need to pay off my taxes, then I would just end up owing that same amount of money next year for taxes. The only way out is down, digs harder. It's miserable. I hate it so bad. Bi-quarterly Unathon. No. No. I'll figure it out. Truthfully, if it does get, like, really bad, I might have to do something to try and, like, curb it, but I am hoping they will look at how much I earn and how much I have to spend in order to live, and they will be like, maybe we will have a bit of mercy on this Oni. Maybe they will have a bit of mercy on me when they see that I have, like, literally no spending money month to month. I purely just focus on survive. Goal, survival, you know? Trying to save for Big Steak Stream. Man, Big Steak Stream would be fun. Damas will use literally any word to avoid acknowledging the 50-cent coin bi-quarterly. Ahahaha. See, it's funny, cause 2 quarters is 50 cent. It's funny when you... do not worry. This is the life I chose to live, so if I struggle, it will be my responsibility to handle the dollars. It's funny because my sexuality is commonplace on Yuno's channel. This is a very pan channel. My infatuation with people is all over the place. Pretty whammon, pretty boy, pretty gender non-conforming individuals. I do love me a girl that looks like a boy and a boy that looks like a girl. Yes, sir. Princely boys and princessly girls. Slams my fist repeatedly. Then you reverse it. Princess boys, prince girls. Slams my fist repeatedly again. That's a lie. I know how much cooking you do. Pan nothing. Shut up!
Cute. Do better.
Conrad, thank you for the $6.90 tip. Haha, nice. Look here, tax man. You know I have something more to tax. Oh, great, thanks. My 2026 taxes are gonna be so brutal thanks to you. When I'm filing in 2027, I'm gonna be like, damn it, Conrad. It's all your fault. A little androgyny or some gender fluidity be hitting different, I've always said. The single dono that drove her to bankruptcy. This Oni turned bankrupt because of one 6.9 moment. That's so funny. You hit the higher tax bracket by 350, 11K, please. I would literally die. Too much money. Why are we doing all that? Pays for new model in 2025, debuts in 2026. When do I write this off? I marked the payment as something that I wrote off like the minute that I paid it. Like once the money left my account to pay for the thing, I counted it. Because the intention was to debut in 2025. I may have debuted it later, but is what it is. Only the dollars that are above the prior tax bracket get the new rate. They don't care as long as you're consistent? Yeah. Don't worry, I'm doing my best to be consistent. I'm doing the best that I can. In the end, I'm just one little guy. Honestly, I think if there are problems that might arise, I will just do my best to figure it out. I am an adult after all. I'm 224. I must use my brain. Even if my frontal lobe is never going to be fully developed, I must try to learn and be smart. Consistently broke. Why are you guys so fucking mean to me? What did I do? I didn't ask for this. What the fuck? It's not even fair. Why would you say that to me? Now it's real Yuno bully hours. I'm leaving in like 5 minutes and you guys are being this mean to me? That's fucked up. That's sick and twisted behavior. Why would you do that? I'm just doing my best. Instead you are mean. Instead you are mean to Oni. Why? Being broke isn't that bad. I would know. No, it's pretty bad. I dare say it's pretty bad. You can't just say princess now. I was gonna say it isn't that bad because of Tell. I shake your hand. In my state, it's kind of good to be not earning much. I see. I would just like to have a day where I don't have to feel broke. I guess I did get that around my birthday because I was able to pay all of my bills and not actually have to worry about any of them being late. That was kind of nice. Closing time tend to break out the good burns. Don't worry, we like the poor is here. Ah! Brutal. Brutal and savage and mean. What the heck? Ay. Anyways, state income tax. I close my eyes. You still have 2 more hours? No, I don't. She's using the anyways transition. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I told you guys. I wasn't planning to stay very long today. I'm very tired still. But chatting did make me feel a little bit better. Hopefully, when I go to rest, I'll be able to recharge a little bit more. I'm very sorry. I can't do it today. Don't say that I hate you. I'm working so fucking hard. It's not fun to joke about that. I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive. I've had a bad day. Anyway. So rest of this week. Tomorrow is Kaiju. We're doing the Kaiju dating sim game because it's Valentine's and I feel like it makes sense to play a bit of a dating sim. This week, as usual, I am going to be off Wednesday and Thursday. Friday afternoon, the waiting room for this is already up, but I'm going to be participating in the My Bloody Valentine karaoke relay. So I'm excited for that. That will be at 3:30 p.m. on Friday. Singing some songs. I'm sure you can tell by the vibes that it's a little bit yandere coded, so there will be some yandere themed songs in there. I'll be a little edgy, a little cool maybe, a little edgy maybe, a little cute maybe. And then in the evening on Friday, I'm gonna try to finish Kimono Tea Time. I don't really know if I will manage it because I didn't do a super long Kimono Tea Time stream last time. But I will try to finish Kimono Tea Time if we can. I might endurance for it a little. Just to see if I can pull it off. Because I would like to try and finish it in this last stream. Saturday, we will hopefully be finishing coloring voxels in the afternoon, Twitch-only stream. And then Saturday night, we're gonna watch Burlesque together. All of your movie suggestions were not really romantic, so, I chose a movie that I like that has a little bit of romance in it. So we'll watch a silly movie together. It does not have very high ratings, but it is my movie. I like it. It makes me happy. It provides the joy chemical. So I hope you will watch it with me on Saturday night. And then Sunday we are doing Power Wash. The first part of the stream, as usual, is just gonna be me playing. And then when Hitomi joins, we're gonna do the final level together. Yeah. We're gonna watch women barely wearing clothes. Yes, kind of. The movie itself is called Burlesque, and it does take place at a burlesque club. But it's not necessarily, like, fully about burlesque. It's hard to explain. Yesn't. But it does take place at a burlesque club. And so there are burlesque-like things that happen. There are very beautiful women. And what's better than spending Valentine's Day with a girl that you are friends with, than both of you ogling pretty women? I personally like it. It's a very fun movie. It's very silly. I can quote a lot of it, so while we're watching it, you hear me quoting it, that's because I like it. But that's going to be our watch-along for this month. It'll be that movie. And then next month, we'll watch something from the list that you guys suggested. I thought about doing, like, a romance anime, too, but yeah. We just got friend-zoned. You've been friend-zoned by me before. It will happen again. But yeah, that's the movie, so make sure you have a copy of it. And then like I said, Sunday is Power Wash. Anyways. So that's the plan for the rest of the week. I hope that's chill with you, it's chill with me. So I will see you again for Kaichu. Same time tomorrow, but hopefully the stream will be longer. Because I will have my energy back. I'm gonna try and rest up tonight, and rest for as much as I can tomorrow. So that way I have the energy. Because I don't think Kaichu is a voiced visual novel, so I'm probably gonna have to read all of it. But I hope it goes well. Yeah! But I'm going to go get my rest now. Oni still does not feel too good. Oni needs to go to bed. So until then, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone, and until I see you again, Yunotsu!